which is that they have discovered that the universe is expanding at an accelerated rate. Is that not at some point going to define an outer sphere for the universe where everything reaches light speed?
Yes, that's a good question. That's assuming an open universe. They assume a closed universe. So, but what it is a very good question. Let's go back on that question and say, okay, you're saying, I am, that the universes are fractal in nature, and that everything is embedded in each other. Okay, well that means that the Earth is spinning around the Sun at a certain speed, the Sun is spinning around the galaxy at a certain speed, which is, I think, like, I can't remember. And then the galaxy is moving through the cluster, and then the cluster is moving through the universe. If you add those speeds, right, and there's a universe within a universe within a universe, that means that eventually you reach the speed of light for everything. See what I'm saying? So yeah, I am saying that. I am saying that everything is moving at the speed of light, and that's why there is that special relativity thing in which light appeared to move at a constant speed in all directions, okay, from a point of observation, right? It's because that we are actually, you are right now moving at the speed of light. I'll give you an example. So then you're going to say, well, what the heck is movement then? What are you talking about, right? Well, I'll give you the example of why we're confused about this. Because we think movement exists, and it doesn't. If everything is embedded in each other, movement doesn't exist. All you got is fluctuations. So, you look at your hand, and you say, my hand leaves point A and goes here, point B, right? And it's got linear motion from here to there. But if you actually look carefully with the quantum eye and you went in there in the small particles, actually your hand didn't do any of that. In fact, your hand deconstructed itself and reconstructed itself and deconstructed itself and reconstructed itself. And it's happening so fast that you can't tell. And your intent is making it reconstruct in the vacuum at the right place. Because you're moving billions of atoms, right? Billions of atoms. There was researchers, there was researchers that were talking to me about studies that were made about measuring intent. I'm like, looking at them going, what's this? I'm moving billions of atoms with my intent. You think that's cool? So like, let's get beyond that and like realize like that's happening, and movement is just a concept. It's like a movie, right? In a movie, you only see, you don't know if you don't have the movie stop that there's frames, no frame, frame, no frame, no frame, no frame, right? But it looks continuous to you, and you would think that's movement, right? But there's no such thing. There's just construction, deconstruction, construction, deconstruction, quantum leaping everything across space-time structure.
Yeah. Oh, she wants me to stand up. Okay. I'm glad you brought up that point, because that gives us a whole new perspective, the mind that I share with you, on teleportation. We are teleporting all the time.
All the time.
So why not extrapolate that up into greater teleportation?
Right.
Going back to the beginning of your talk, the thing that started you on this with the points, the lines, et cetera, I think what Edwin Abbott and Rudy Rucker and things like Flatland and the Fourth Dimension, excuse me, what they are is they are encouraging us to think differently, to go way out of the box, to expand our way of looking at it. And there are things, a couple of my favorite things are Mobius strips.
Right.
Klein bottles,
right?
A tesseract. I have a tesseract on my wall, and what I found out is that instead of just playing with them, if you look into them, if you make yourself small enough to walk the edge or the surface, the single edge or single surface of a Mobius strip or a Klein bottle, or if you look at the tesseract until all sorts of three-dimensional rooms and stars and figures start coming out in it, you have a wonderful series of tools are all around.
Right.
Yeah.
There's evidence of that infinite loop of creation everywhere. And that's a good point. And to like observe it and to realize it. To realize it. I mean, what I was saying on movement, for instance, to realize that. Dancers and so on. To like